If you're someone who identifies as a healer and you feel lost within the confines of a corporate medical institution or structure, what is it that you should do if you are feeling called to do something else? This is such a hard transition, and it's one that I went through over the last several years because many of us in the medical industry are facing a significant amount of burnout. Now, burnout is rampant amongst physicians. It's about 40%, according to Mayo Clinic. And amongst nurses, it's about 20%. There are about 20% of nurses that are planning to leave nursing within the next year. Now, this is a huge problem in the medical industry. And I think we are inclined to think that it's because medical professionals are required to work too hard. That is part of the problem, but the problem is way deeper than that. It's not only that they work too hard and work too long, they're forced to neglect their own self care many of the times. And a lot of times they get burnt out because they're really lacking the fulfillment from the job that they went into medicine to get. Now, this is where the biggest problem is because once you lack that personal fulfillment in the job that you spent so many years training to do, it becomes very hard to go at it every single day. Now, what I mean by personal fulfillment, it could be different for every single person. However, with most of the people in the medical field, we went into medicine to heal people. And within the corporate structures, we're not really able to do that in the way that we really want to, because I feel that each of us has a very authentic way in which we want to help people. And when those authentic ways are being removed, it becomes harder and harder to feel that joy and satisfaction from the job. So, just to use my own personal example, when I was in medicine, I was an ear, nose, and throat surgeon, and I had a med spa. Well, what I loved was counseling people on how to stay healthy and be healthier in general. So, yes, I would treat the problem that they came in for, but I wanted to give them more counseling on how to live a better life. But you see, the problem with the medical system is that it is designed to keep people sick, not healthy. So I found that very disconcerting because I wanted to take these problems and really have a specific approach to not only treating that problem, but to provide wellness for my patients in the future. And I wasn't really able to do that. So, studies really show that when medical professionals are able to use their gifts in all the ways possible that they see fit, there are actually better improved outcomes for patients too. And that's because these days patients feel like they're in a cookie cutter system where they just go and get a medicine, go and get a test. And they're not really enjoying that. So there are a lot of patients out there who are looking for solutions to their problems. Honestly, they're just looking for somebody who's going to listen and care and provide them with a solution that is customized to fit them. One of the other struggles that I had in medicine was that I wasn't able to incorporate a lot of different modalities. So, my personal belief is that we can use Eastern and Western medicine, combine the two for the best results possible for the patients. Obviously, we have to combine what's going on with them emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and it should all be integrated. So, no wonder healers, people who are in medicine, are all transitioning out of this corporate medical structure into something different that's more suitable for them, like holistic medicine, integrative medicine, aesthetics. Sometimes they leave medicine altogether and think of something else they really want to do. For me, I just want to educate people on how to live their best lives. So I guess I'm healing in an entirely different way now. And I think it's hard for medical professionals to make this decision to do something different, to either go into another aligned business or create their own business or create their own mindful business solutions. But it is really, really necessary and imperative that we do that. The reason being is that we have a lot to offer and a lot of amazing training. And that training and that knowledge can have such a positive impact on society. But if we keep our talents all hidden and stuck in a box of corporate medicine, we are not able to show and offer these beautiful gifts to the world. And that's really, really important. And the other thing is that a lot of us come up with innovative solutions to problems that we're not really given the freedom to dive into within a corporate medical structure. And then, last but not least, let's talk about money. I mean, financial sustainability is a huge problem amongst medical professionals. I mean, we used to think like, oh, doctors, they're so rich and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that we have to go into so much debt and we have to repay that debt. So the bottom line is you could have almost done anything and made more money over time than being a physician. And then many of us as healers or medical professionals, we are embarrassed or feel bad or guilty that we should get paid for what we do. But we should get paid because we provide a valuable service to humanity, and we should get paid, or else we're struggling to get our own needs met and to provide for the needs of our families. And that's not a good situation, because scarcity can't lead to abundance. You cannot provide somebody with an abundance in health and wealth and all those things when you're not having it yourself, because you come from an entirely different place in your heart. So I urge healers and medical professionals, if you're not satisfied within the confines of this corporate structure of medicine, and if you're not happy with the way that this society encourages people to stay sick and invest in their health insurance rather than their health and well-being, maybe it's time to make a change. I believe that a lot of you have amazing gifts out there that could really help society and help the world in a way different way. But it takes courage, and it's not easy, because I talk to a lot of providers that feel the same way. They want to make the leap, but they're afraid. But remember, you know what? On the other side of your fear is your greatest joy. And I think that's something I always tell myself every time I'm afraid to do something. So that's part of my journey now. I mean, I have to say that I've gone through different renditions of what I was truly called here to do in this world after leaving medicine. And it really took a lot of self reflection to peel back the layers. And, I started with one thing, and I'll admit I've gone through like five different renditions, but I really feel that this is the place that I've landed. And I'm not trying to convince medical professionals to leave medicine. What I'm trying to do is help them be their most authentic selves and heal in their most authentic way possible, whatever that looks like for them. So, anyway, just something to give you food for thought. If you've thought about it, if you have any thoughts about this content, please send me a message, and I'm happy to hear your comments and respond.